Hey guys, avilo here. This video is, guess what? Guess what this video is about, guys? It's about fucking map hackers in StarCraft 2 right now, because it's actually a pretty big problem. Not enough people are talking about it. Some people are talking about it, some people are trolling about it. But it also, we gotta talk about, I just played a hacker in the safety net qualifiers. Turns out that, yes, I played a map hacker in the qualifiers. Some people are giving me shit for it, saying like, oh, avilo calls everybody a hacker, blah blah blah. But no, we went over the replays. It was pretty clear from all three of the games that, first off, the guy I'm playing is from a known cheating and hacking clan called Team Ascension, or TASC. These guys have been known to stream cheat. There's even a former player in that clan named BioIce that was caught map hacking before on ladder and whatnot. So these guys have a history of fucking cheating. The guy I played before I even started the game, I'm like, oh, I'm playing a TASC person, great. And so these guys have a history of fucking cheating. That's the first thing that people need to remember when you guys listen to what I'm saying, assuming people listen to what I'm saying. So that's the first thing. Second thing is, when I played this guy, the first game I played him, you know, it felt really weird, of course, because, first let me recap the games. So the first game I played him, the guy got a really early hive. He never scouted my base with anything. He never sent a Zergling in. He never checked for anything the entire game. And he got like a 9-minute hive as it turned out. And then went straight for like Roach Hydra Viper, like really quickly. No scouting. He basically never scouted in my main the whole game. And that's the first game. And I won that game in like a long, drawn out mech versus swarm host game. So that's the first game. Second game is where it starts to get a little bit more obvious and a little bit more like, huh. So the second game, and keep in mind, I had a 5-minute delay on my stream during all of this, and the Base Trade TV stream also is on a delay. So the second game, I open up with double starport, with a double starport build, and then the second, like pretty much the instant that I throw down my second starport, this guy Volts cancels his third hatchery and Roach Ling-all-ins me, like right after I throw down the second starport. And once again, same thing this game. No Overlord scout into my main. Even a diamond level Zerg player will Overlord scout into your main, or sack an Overlord, or check what you have in your main. He did all of this with no scouting. Okay, second game. Happens to blind counter 2-port Banshee by once again. It seems like he has a production tab hack, because he canceled his third base right as my second starport was going down. So that was the second game. And then the third game is also, it has pretty damning evidence against this guy. From the very start of the game, I didn't catch this the first time I watched the replay. I went over this replay with an admin, the admin also thought it was very weird that in the first game that he had a 9-minute hive in TVZ. But anyways, the admin caught this, and I didn't see it the first time. At the start of the third game, he sends an Overlord straight to my starting spawn location, but he sends his second Overlord to the middle of the map instead of actually scouting the other starting spawn location. And keep in mind, guys, Catalina is a 3-player map, but this guy sent his first Overlord straight to my base, and his second Overlord was queued up to the center of the map instead of going to scout the other starting spawn location. So basically, that was the most damning evidence so far. And then, of course, after that in the game, there's even some more evidence where right as I queue up a Thor in the production tab, this guy cancels his Spire, builds an infestation pit, and then goes straight into Hive and builds 20 roaches right as I queue up a Thor in production and missile turrets. And not a lot of people know this, but any Masters level Zerg or even GM, especially a GM level Zerg, will build a Roach Warren and a Spire to make it difficult to tell like which one they're gonna go. Are they gonna go Mutas? Are they gonna go Roach? But this guy actually canceled the Spire as the Thor was started in production. So that's sort of like the next thing. Like, oh yeah, well, you know, this is a little obvious now. We're getting to the point where there's so many weird things and lucky things and suspicious things happening during this game that it's like, well, okay, this guy is not only, you know, on top of that, even worse, he's part of a former clan of hackers and stream cheaters and basically scumbags. So yeah, I played a Maphacker in this safety net qualifier. What did the admins do about this? Nothing. Apparently, the casters, Rifkin and Zombie Grub, were either giving me shit for it or BMing me or mocking me or something. I don't know. I didn't hear the cast. I should probably check that out. But apparently, at least that's what some people were saying they were giving me shit for. I don't know if they were or not. I'll have to check. At this point, I don't expect much. But yeah, guys. So I played a hacker in the qualifiers. Tournament does nothing about it. You know, it's sort of a joke. The tournament doesn't even like stop and check and be like, oh well, wow, you just played a hacker. Okay, we'll let you go on in this round or whatever in the tournament. And it's sort of stupid. You know, it delegitimizes this shit. Like, it sort of shows they don't care because I'm not a big enough name or whatever. If this were anybody else, they would have taken the time to fucking check and see like, oh, Avilo, he did just play a hacker in our tournament. We should probably do something about that. But, you know, as usual, they don't seem to give a shit. Not big enough of a name or whatever. And so yeah, pretty shitty, pretty stupid to have to play a hacker in a tournament and then the tournament does nothing about it. So that's the first thing. Second thing I want to address is my stream in particular. I say a lot of people hack on my stream. Guess what? They hack. Guess what? It turns out there's a lot of hackers in StarCraft 2 nowadays. And since my stream has quite the audience, I have quite the amount of viewers, and so I get targeted more often by these map hackers and people that are blatantly stream cheating much more often than the average Joe that doesn't stream or has like 10 viewers or whatever. It's just how it is. They target me and they harass me, and when I play them, and but a lot of the games, you know, I'll show the replay and be like, and we'll watch them follow my Reaper through the fog of war and shit on stream. You know, there's not much I can do about that. I'm being targeted by these guys and harassed. There's not much I can do about that. So do I call everybody a hacker? No, but when I play them on ladder, and I happen to play a lot of them on ladder, yes, I call them out for it when it's, you know, a lot of times it's very obvious that it's going on. So that's the next thing. That was the second thing that I wanted to go over, because I see a lot of people trolling, saying like, Avilo calls everybody a hacker, can't accept his losses or whatever, but no, not really. It's actually, I play a ton of hackers on North America. You know, it sucks. It's just the way the game is right now. There's a ton of hackers in StarCraft 2. You can't do much about it. You know, if I'm laddering and I play them, you know, I have to play them. It's a waste of time to play them, but, you know, that's how it is. So anyways, yeah. I guess that's basically it, you know. I have the replays. I'll link them in the YouTube description when I post this video in a couple minutes. You guys can check out the replays. You can post this video on Reddit if you want. It's very... you can post the replays as well. You know, I'm not a fan of Reddit because it's pretty much a circle jerk and just people not actually listening to what, for example, someone like me is going to say. They're just going to be like, oh, yeah, it's Avilo, blah, 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 or, oh, it's so-and-so, and they're not going to pay any attention to the actual content and the arguments I'm making. But yeah, go ahead and post this. Feel free. I'm going to link the replays. You can watch the replays. You can watch a Grandmaster Zerg player not scout for 10 plus minutes, 3 games in a row, and have perfect counters and perfect judgment. It's ludicrous. It's just sort of stupid. And the other funny thing is, the other funny thing to mention is, I heard there's people trying to make the argument. There's actually people trying to make the argument that my opponent doesn't have to scout me in a tournament because I go mech every game on ladder, or because I'm known for going mech. That my opponent doesn't need to scout me now. Like, that's not an argument. If you're playing somebody in a tournament, there's not even a high diamond league player. Even high diamond leaguers will sacrifice an overlord or send an overlord into your base to scout you and see what you're doing, regardless of whether they are assuming you're going mech or bio or whatever. There is no GM player, there is no Masters Zerg player that will have like zero vision of your main base 10 to 15 minutes into the game, which is what happened to me 3 games in a row. So that argument doesn't really fly. And then of course we have the same people that made that argument trying to say that in the 3rd game the guy sent the overlord to the center of the map to scout for proxy 2 racks, which I never do. So you're saying, so on one hand these haters are saying my opponent doesn't need to scout me because he knows I'm going mech 100%, but then they're saying that he sent an overlord to scout for proxy 2 racks, which I never do. So shouldn't he know that also 100% too? Besides the fact that these people are like Bronze League in chat, and they don't understand that the second overlord, you scout with a drone if you think they're going to proxy 2 racks in the center of the map. You don't scout with an overlord, because it would be too late if it was an overlord scout. But anyways, guys, I guess that's about it for this video. I'll link the replays in the description. Sort of sad that I played a TASC person in a I had to play a TASC person in a tournament. Turns out he was a Maphacker. Once again, I had a 5-minute stream delay, so there's no fucking way he was stream cheating. He was actually hacking. And we went over all the evidence on stream. So yeah, that's what this video is about. There's too many hackers in StarCraft 2. It sucks. Blizzard should do something about it. I don't know what they can do about it, because, you know, they ban in waves. If they ban a bunch of hackers, then the next wave of hackers with the brand new hack software come out. You know, it's a constant fight of the hackers coming up with the next version of the hack. Blizzard banning a wave, and then the hackers come up with the next version of the hack, and then, you know, you don't know who they are again or whatever. So that's understandable, but, you know, there's too many hackers right now in StarCraft 2. And yeah. So thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I will see you guys on stream tomorrow. Peace out, guys. See you guys later. And I'm glad I went over those replays, because, you know, last thing I will say, when I was playing those games at first, you know, I suspected it, but then after, when I watched the replays, you know, that allowed me to be like, oh, okay, there's actually a lot of evidence here that this guy was map hacking, and I'm not just angrily ranting. I know that's what people want to say I'm doing. If I did not look at the replays at all, I could understand if people were saying Avilo is just fucking saying he's a hacker and he's just being angry or whatever. He can't accept his loss. But after going through the replays and checking all the stuff, the evidence, the canceled Spire with the Thor being queued up, the Overlord in the 3rd game, you know, not going to scout the spawn locate. After watching the replays, you know, I'm pretty comfortable, like, that, you know, this guy is a hacker. Sucks. Anyways, before I keep repeating myself, I'm going to end this video, guys. So, peace out. See you guys later. See you guys later.